Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. I thought I would jump on and do another tutorial today. I'm currently crouching on the floor because I think it's more important that you see my hands. So once I've done our little intro hello here, I'm going to sit up so you won't see my face, which is probably fine. You will just see the pieces that I'm going to work with. So last weekend I love Melbourne architecture, so I decided to make my version of a little Melbourne terrace house. And in the back of the house, I'm turning it into like a little haberdashery store. So up the top there, I have a mannequin and I have a sewing desk, but I don't have a sewing machine. So I've been teasing this with people who are following my Instagram. I've been teasing a little sewing machine that I designed last year. So I wanted to teach you all how to make it. It's super easy, it only involves 13 pieces, and I will post a photo of the pieces separately, but they're on my table here. So let's get started and we'll be able to add the sewing machine to that sewing room. So you're gonna lose my face for a moment. All right, here we go. So 13 pieces, couldn't be easier. First piece, tiny 1 by 1 with a little bar on the front of it. Okay, so we put on top of that, we put a black 1 by 1 snot piece, and onto the top of that, on the front stud, I'm going to put a little gold flower because I'm going for a Singer sewing machine look, and they have like a little gold adornment, so that's why I'm using that little gold accessory. Onto the top of that, another snot piece, but this is the one that's basically just a plate. I'll get it as close as I can. A plate with the stud coming up from the plate out the side. So we're going to put that facing out that way. Okay. Next piece I'm going to use is again, it's all 1 by 1s. There's a 1 by 3 and there's a 1 by 2, but usually we're talking 1 by 1s. So this is 1 by 1, but it's got the curved arch up the top and the stud facing up the top there, that piece. There are technical names for these pieces. I'm sorry, I don't know them. Now, underneath that, we're going to put a 1 by 3 plate. Now you can see I'm using black for it all, so I know that's a little bit hard to see on the camera, but I've got that. And that comes across like that. So I'll just turn this around so you can see it from front on view. So that's what we've got at the moment. Okay, on the top of that, we're going to put this, it's almost a 1 by 2 and it's got a curved arch there, a curved tile. So I'm gonna put that onto the top. So, it's always good when you push hard and everything falls apart in your hands, especially when you're doing a tutorial, but we'll keep going. So I'll pop that back there and back there. All right, so that's what we're looking like now. We're getting closer. Next thing we're gonna do is one of these 1 by 1 rounds with the little sticky up stud in the middle. That's a very technical way of describing it, isn't it? So I'm gonna pop that one up the top. So that kind of gives us the illusion of where you would thread, like the little thread holder up the top there, the cotton reel holder. Okay, so we're getting close. Next, I'm going to, these are such a versatile piece. I use them with flowers. I used them in my flower tutorial when I was doing the little flower with the minifig legs. So this piece here, we're gonna put it underneath where that cotton reel holder is. So that's where we're looking now. We're getting closer and closer. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is take a black headlight brick. So that's a snot brick, but it's got the little lip at the bottom. That's called a headlight brick. So fun fact, last year headlight bricks had been in operation for 40 years. They celebrated 40 years of headlight bricks in Lego. All right, so I'm gonna put that with the top stud facing out so that it looks like that. Oh, there we go. All right, so why we use a headlight brick is underneath it then gives us an empty hole that goes through to that brick underneath the round modified plate, which also has a hole. So on our front stud, I'm just going to do a 1x1 silver dot. So that goes in there. Then over the other side of our sewing machine, we need a wheel because they have a wheel on the right hand side of them. So this is actually just a wheel that would come off any kind of cart, that sort of thing. So I'm going to pop that onto there. You can see we're almost there. We've got one piece to go. So the very last piece to make our sewing machine, believe it or not, it's a Harry Potter wand. Harry Potter wands are amazing for sewing machine needles because they're very thin and they've got the right sort of look. So what I'm going to do is thread my Harry Potter wand up through that headlight brick into the top section there, so it pushes through, and there we have our sewing machine. So now what I'm going to do is add that to my scene in here. I've put onto my table that I've designed, I've just added a 1x2 jumper plate so that I've got a stud free to put my sewing machine on. So I'll just add that in and I'll just bring that up to the camera so that you can see how that scene looks. And there we go. Super, super easy. I'll just jump down on the floor so you can see my face again. I wish I knew how to video edit. I'll get better, I promise. So there you go, 13 pieces to create a sewing machine. When I first designed that last year, I spent hours and hours agonizing over what were the right pieces. And for me, I was really happy with the end result. So I thought it'd be lovely to share it with you all. Honestly, the sky is your oyster when you're working with parts. Just have a look at the part, and I always go back to this, look at the quality of the part. So I looked at the Harry Potter wand and thought, that would make a great sewing machine needle. Looking at the wheels that come off like a little ice cream cart and think that would make a great wheel for the side of the sewing machine. So have fun with it. Hope you've had a great time. Hope you've enjoyed that little one, and I will talk to you soon.